Well, we have a semifinal. This is Steve Pronto with Seymour Rifkind. On your near side, we have George Tomlinson playing with Faye Plummer, and on the far side, we have Casey Umbs playing with her husband, Justin Umbs. So we're going to see high-level play here, Seymour. We're going to see a lot of third-shot dinks. We're going to see a lot of reset dinks. And hopefully we'll see some long rallies.
Yeah, I think we will see some long rallies. And we've got basically an American team against the British team. So we've got, the Brits against the Americans. It should be a fun match to watch. We've got George Tomlinson, who's 6'4", and he's going to be reaching in on every opportunity. His partner is a pretty high-level tennis player, I believe. Faye plays with, I'm not quite sure what club she's at. I don't recall offhand. But I think we're going to see a lot of going back and forth, even between men and women.
Did you see what happened there? Right. So because the girls in that instant are going to dink straight across to each other. The problem is if you try to lob the girl, the guy has a forehand on that side. If he's right-handed, he's going to jump in there.
Be able to jump in and be able to take it. Yeah. Now, see, there was an exchange where the guys were dinking back and forth to each other. So, you typically, in the U.S., as soon as the guy gets the ball, it may be one dink to the guy, and then they're going back picking on the girl. And the other thing is, they're playing pretty much straight up here. The girl's taking care of her side of the court, at least the Brits are. Where in the U.S. at the high level, we're seeing the guys take up probably 75 to 80% of the court.
I noticed that Casey has a two-handed volley backhand, which we're seeing a lot now in America. I mean, we just had TOC happen where just about every one of the top girls was hitting a two-handed backhand volley at the open level.
Yeah. Well, we're getting so many highly athletic tennis players that played high college level tennis, and so obviously they're used to hitting with two hands, and they're bringing that to pickleball. And they're not doing two-handed punch volleys. They're doing swing volleys. Mm-hmm.
That was really close. I couldn't make a call on that one myself.
I was looking right down the line, and it almost looked like it. Oh, they did give it to her, I think. I'm not quite sure.
Score is 3-2-1.
It's an unforced error on Justin. That's unusual on a third shot drop. He's got pretty good touch, good hands, and power. He's a good player. And that is two in a row. So Justin and his wife come from Pennsylvania, Steel City, and I'm not quite sure how long he's been playing. We haven't really seen him in any of the bigger tournaments that I'm aware of. So he may be relatively new to pickleball in the last year or so.
You haven't been on the court with him before?
I have not. I've never been on the court with him. He's IPTPA certified since 2002, and I think he worked with one of our favorite pickleball families, the Grubs.
Oh yeah, sure.
With Pickleball Rocks is the one that certified Justin.
And we're serving at 4-2. I noticed that George and Faye are not stacking right now.
Right.
And the Americans are stacking.
And I'm wondering if that's simply because George has got a pretty good backhand volley, and I'm guessing that Faye's feeling more comfortable covering the middle on her forehand. And you notice George isn't poaching over 75% of the court, so he's kind of staying on his half, she's staying on her half, and maybe they feel a little more comfortable with his length, that even though it's on the backhand side, he can still cover a significant part of the court.
I was thinking that maybe Faye felt better going straight across with Casey, but I don't know if that would.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure
Sometimes that's the reason, but.
Topspin flick, and Justin looked surprised with that. He did not close the middle like you would typically see him do. For two guys there, I think he would have been all over that ball.
Yeah, it's 4-4-2.
So he went right at the girl, got the pop-up like he wanted, and then instead of going right back to the girl, he went over to the guy.
Well, I think he just missed. I think he probably was trying feet, but.
I know it was a choice first. I think it would have been better served if he would have just went right back to the pop-up.
4-5. Here we go, cross-court forehands. Sometimes can be difficult. You ever notice, Seymour, you don't see extended forehand dinks?
Because I think that everybody practices their backhand so much because it's typically the weaker shot. Here's the more natural position for the girl. Look at that. David connecting Justin 2 shots in a row. Now that's kind of what I thought might happen. You just wouldn't see that happening in the U.S.
I don't think that's the same ball.
Yeah,
so a ball went in the garbage, and George went to grab a ball, and he
different ball, George.
Yeah, and he pulled out a half of a ball. And we lost the ball in the garbage. So Faye is serving 5-4-1.
Good deep punch volley. Of course, the unforced error on Faye. And again, she's attacking the guy.
Well, it was set up, and I think that is actually the best attack because he's the closest. He's the closest target. And we're switching at should be 6. This is, I think the semis, are they going to 2-11 win by 2 this time? I think they are.
I think they are.
Yeah. Seymour, I was commentating morning matches, so I saw some 3-5s and a lot of 3-5s and 4-0s, and typically, just what you see all across the country. Here we are in England, but the 3-5s aren't dinking as well as the 4-0s. The 4-0s aren't dinking as well as the 4-5s, and so on. And it just shows you to progress at this game. What shot do we need to work on?
Good dink. Yeah. Good dink. Consistency. Can you get 100 dinks in a row over the net and put the ball wherever you want on the court? You do that, you're going to win a lot of games. Let your opponents make the errors, especially as you're going from the beginners to the advanced beginners and up to the 4-0 level. That was a nice shot, inside out, punch volley.
And even if they missed their third shot dink, like Faye hit that one too long, the intent was still correct. Yeah.
Yeah, and what we see here in the UK at the lower levels, although I must say, Steve, there's been a major change in the year and a half since I've been here. You're still seeing a lot of third shot lobs, but there's a lot more attempted third shots than there was a year and a half ago.
Oh, again, he's done the same thing 2 or 3 times where he just does a little, not hitting it hard, it just under control, a little volley topspin.
Yep.
It's 8-4 right now. George and Faye. And I think that was too low for Faye to attack.
Yeah, way too low. That ball's way below the net. Well, the Americans are doing what we typically see the pros doing, right? The guy's taking as many third shot drops as he can. The guy's taking 3/4 of the court, trying to, drive the ball at the lady. Boy, there George just took over the court with his height. That ball just came up a little bit, and that wingspan he's got, it makes it really tough to do a third shot drop on him.
That was another roller volley roller he hit down the line.
Another volley roller. Over that entire court with the knees, volley to get behind him.
We're at 9-4. I think Faye won a gold medal yesterday.
I believe so. Yeah.
Well, so there we go, taking over the whole court, stacking. If he was stacking the other side, that'd be more difficult to hit that.
Well, he's got his forehand there, so
right.
That'll make it a lot easier when it comes to the put-away shot.
And it's 4-9-1.
Now we got the ladies going, pulling the trigger a little early. The thing I see on a lot of the ladies here is that they're getting aggressive a little bit too soon. They've got good dinks. Their technique is really good, but I think they just need to develop a little bit more patience, because a lot of times they're going for that ball. Dink, and she the ball in play, wait for that opportunity. They're just pressing a little bit too much. I think that's going to come with experience at playing with higher levels more frequently. They're going to see that their opponents at the 5-0 level, they're just ready for the ball. And if you speed it up too soon, your opponent's going to put the ball away on you. Unless it's a winner right off the bat and it's a body shot.
We have 10-5. Faye serving.
Nice shot. That's a nice exchange.
Great point, great point.
That's a nice exchange. I like the pattern that Faye had on her dinking that time.
Me too.
She did some unattackable dinks back to the lady, and then she mixed it up with a cross court to the guy. Kept it low so the guy couldn't attack, and just mixed it up a little bit.
And yep, George just hit that one in. That's the match at 11-5. Yeah. Very good pickleball here in Nottingham, England.